the silent guardian of the brain. The human brain is one of the greatest miracles of creation. It is the command center of your body, the source of every thought, every memory, every choice, and every dream. It is where your creativity is born, where your wisdom resides, and where your soul finds expression in the world. Yet for all its brilliance, the brain is also delicate, fragile, and deeply dependent on how we treat it. Too often we ignore its needs until it gives us sudden, shocking reminders of how vital it truly is. Think about this. Your brain works tirelessly, 24 hours a day, even while you sleep. It never rests, never takes a break, never switches off. It regulates your heartbeat, your breathing, your emotions, your focus, and your ability to connect with others. And yet, despite its enormous responsibilities, many people give more attention to the outside of their bodies, their skin, their weight, their appearance, while forgetting the silent guardian inside, the brain, that makes everything possible. Here is the truth. Your brain is constantly communicating with you, though not with words. It speaks through clarity or confusion, through memory or forgetfulness, through focus or fog. When it is nourished, you feel sharp, present, and alive. But when it is neglected, imbalance grows silently, and that silence can turn into sudden, dangerous events like a stroke. That is why awareness is not fear, it is wisdom, and wisdom is the beginning of protection. We often think of vitamins and supplements as harmless helpers. After all, they come from nature. They are sold in bottles that promise strength and vitality. And yes, many vitamins are essential for your brain's health. But what many people do not realize is that the brain thrives not just on receiving nutrients, but on balance. Too much or too little of the wrong vitamin can disrupt this balance, turning a nutrient from a friend into a foe. Imagine your brain as a finely tuned orchestra. Every instrument must play in harmony for the music of your life to flow. Vitamins, minerals, and nutrients are those instruments. But when one plays too loudly, it drowns out the harmony. That's what happens when certain vitamins taken in excess put your brain at risk. Instead of protecting you, they can trigger dangerous outcomes, including stroke, sudden, life-altering events that remind us of how fragile life can be. But here is the empowering part. Your choices matter. When you understand how your brain functions and what it truly needs, you step into a position of strength. Awareness allows you to protect yourself, to honor the brain as the sacred guardian it is, and to nourish it in ways that bring clarity, peace, and resilience. So let us begin this journey with respect for the brain that has carried you through every moment of your life and for the balance it needs to keep you moving forward. Remember, protecting your brain is not just about survival. It is about living fully, thinking clearly, and embracing life with all the strength of your mind and spirit. The spiritual connection between nutrition and mind. The food you eat does more than fill your stomach. It shapes your mind, your emotions, and even the clarity of your spirit. Every nutrient that enters your body becomes part of the invisible dialogue between your physical self and your inner being. Nutrition is energy, and energy is life. When the foods you consume are balanced, pure, and nourishing, they feed not only the brain but also the soul, aligning your inner world with peace and strength. The mind is not separate from the body. It is deeply woven into every cell, every heartbeat, every breath. And yet, many people treat them as two different worlds, focusing on mental health while ignoring what they put on their plate, or obsessing over diet while neglecting the emotions within. True healing begins when we recognize that body, mind, and spirit are one. What you feed your body, you also feed your mind. What you feed your mind, you also feed your spirit. Think of vitamins as messengers of light. Each one carries a unique vibration, a specific code that unlocks harmony within the brain. Vitamin D is not just about bones. It lifts mood and strengthens mental clarity. Vitamin B12 is not only for energy. It nourishes the nervous system, helping thoughts flow with precision. Vitamin C, E, and K each carries its own rhythm, its own frequency of healing. When you consume them mindfully, in balance, Your brain responds with clarity, focus, and resilience. But here is the danger. When you consume too much, when you take vitamins without awareness or balance, the harmony begins to break down. Just as too much sun burns the skin, too much of a nutrient can overwhelm the brain. Instead of clarity, confusion arises. Instead of energy, there is fatigue. Instead of protection, there is risk. This is why moderation is not restriction, it is wisdom. Balance is not weakness, it is a strength. On a deeper level, this is a lesson life is always teaching us. Nothing in excess brings peace. Too much of even a good thing can harm us, too little can weaken us. But balance, the sacred middle path, is where health, wisdom, and spiritual awakening are found. When you begin to see food and vitamins as energy rather than just matter, everything changes. Eating becomes an act of gratitude. Taking care of your brain becomes a spiritual practice. You are no longer consuming thoughtlessly. You are feeding your future, your memories, your clarity, and your ability to live in harmony with life. Your brain is the throne of your consciousness, the seat of your awareness. What you put into your body either supports this throne or destabilizes it. That is why awareness is not about fear, it is about empowerment. By respecting balance, by honoring the delicate harmony between nutrition and mind, you safeguard not just your physical health, but your mental clarity, emotional strength, and spiritual peace. The hidden dangers of imbalance. When it comes to health, people often believe that more is better. If a little vitamin helps, then a lot must be even more powerful. But this belief is not only misguided, it can be dangerous, even life-threatening. The truth is that the body is like a sacred temple, finely tuned, delicately balanced, and every nutrient that enters it has to be in harmony with the whole. When we push the body beyond its natural balance, when we overload it with what it doesn't need, we disturb the delicate rhythm that keeps us alive. Think about the brain. It is the control center of the entire body. Every thought, every heartbeat, every breath flows from the electrical signals and chemical messages inside this organ. But what happens when the balance of these messages is disrupted? Too much of a single vitamin can alter blood viscosity, increase clotting risk, or disturb the nervous system's calm flow. This is not just a physical danger. It is also a disruption of the spiritual alignment that allows you to think clearly and feel deeply connected to life. For example, vitamin E in small balanced doses is a powerful antioxidant that protects the brain and the heart. But when taken in excess, it can thin the blood to a dangerous level, leading to risks of internal bleeding or even stroke. Similarly, vitamin B6 is essential for nerve health, but too much can damage the very nerves it is meant to protect, causing numbness and tingling in the hands and feet. What was once medicine becomes poison, not because the nutrient itself is evil, but because imbalance has stripped it of harmony. This truth applies beyond nutrition. Life itself teaches us the danger of extremes. Too much work without rest leads to burnout. Too much attachment without freedom leads to suffering. Too much silence without expression leads to isolation. Nature always whispers the same lesson. Balance is the key. Imbalance invites destruction. But here is the hidden danger. Imbalance often creeps in silently. You may not feel the damage immediately. You may believe you are doing the right thing by overloading on supplements or following health trends blindly. Yet the consequences build quietly beneath the surface until one day the body sends a sharp warning. Sometimes it comes as fatigue, dizziness, or brain fog. Other times it arrives dramatically, as a stroke, a heart scare, or a collapse. These are not punishments. They are signals. They are the soul and the body screaming, return to balance, return to wisdom. And so, the danger is not just physical, it is spiritual. Every time you choose imbalance, you step away from the alignment of your higher self. You disconnect from the natural wisdom your body already carries. The body does not need extremes, it needs harmony. The spirit does not need excess, it needs peace. And the brain, your throne of awareness, requires the gentle balance of nutrients, not the chaos of overdose. The message is clear. Imbalance is not strength. It is weakness in disguise. True power comes from respecting limits, honoring moderation, and listening to the sacred signals of the body. By avoiding extremes, you protect not just your physical health, but the deeper connection between your body, mind, and soul. Awakening to true wellness. Wellness is not just about avoiding illness. It is about aligning your body, mind, and spirit in harmony with the natural order of life. Too often, people chase health as if it is a product to be purchased, a pill to be swallowed, or a shortcut to be discovered. But real wellness is not found in extremes or in blind consumption. It begins with awareness. It begins with listening. It begins with respect for the sacred vessel that carries your soul. The first step in awakening to true wellness is to shift your perspective. Instead of asking, "What more can I take?" ask, "What does my body truly need?" This question alone changes everything. It stops the cycle of overconsumption and invites a deeper connection with your body's wisdom. Your body is not silent. It speaks through hunger, through thirst, through energy, through fatigue. Every signal is a message. But to hear it, you must slow down. You must pause. You must create space for stillness. Imagine your brain like a clear pool of water. When the waters are calm, you can see the reflection of the sky and the depths below. But when the waters are disturbed by excess, too many supplements, too much stress, too much noise, the clarity disappears. The reflection becomes distorted, and the depth is hidden. Awakening to true wellness is about calming those waters. It is about restoring balance so that your inner wisdom can shine through clearly. This awakening also requires courage. It takes courage to question the health fads, the endless advertisements, and even the advice that promises quick results. True health is not about shortcuts. It is about consistency, balance, and awareness. It is about respecting the limits of the body, instead of pushing it recklessly in pursuit of more. When you practice moderation, you are not depriving yourself, you are protecting yourself. You are safeguarding your energy, your clarity, and your longevity. Spiritually, this balance reflects a universal truth. The soul thrives in harmony, not in chaos. Just as too much sunlight can burn, too much water can drown, and too much noise can deafen, so too can excess vitamins or supplements harm the very body they are meant to heal. Your journey to wellness is about embracing the middle path, the way of balance, the way of wisdom, the way of peace. Practical steps can guide this awakening. Instead of swallowing pills blindly, consult with professionals who can help you understand your unique needs. Instead of following every new trend, learn to honor timeless truths. Eat whole foods, rest deeply, move your body, breathe consciously, and nurture your spirit. These are not secrets, they are eternal laws of health. When you live by them, the body flourishes, the mind sharpens, and the soul glows. Awakening to true wellness means seeing health not as an external pursuit, but as an inner alignment. It means recognizing that every choice you make, what you eat, what you think, how you rest, becomes a thread in the tapestry of your life. Choose imbalance, and the tapestry frays. Choose balance, and the tapestry shines with strength and beauty. In the end, true wellness is not complicated. It is simple, but it requires awareness. It is gentle, but it demands respect. It is quiet, but it speaks volumes. When you awaken to this truth, you no longer fear the dangers of excess. You walk confidently on the path of balance, guided by wisdom, protected by harmony, and empowered by the deep connection between your body, your mind, and your soul. As we come to the close of this journey, let us pause and remember the message that life and health keep whispering to us. Balance is the true key to strength, clarity, and longevity. The brain, that divine center of thought, memory, and awareness, deserves nothing less than our deepest respect. It is not only the seat of intelligence, it is also the bridge that connects your body to your spirit, your daily actions to your higher calling. To honor it is to honor life itself. We have seen how easily imbalance can creep into our lives, whether through the excess of vitamins, the lure of health fads, or the restless chase for quick solutions. But health does not lie in shortcuts. It lies in wisdom, in listening, and in making choices rooted in harmony. One extra pill, one unnecessary dose, one blind step away from moderation can create ripples that disturb not only your physical body, but also your inner peace. The risk of stroke or other brain damage is not just a medical event, it is a wake-up call, a reminder that our bodies cannot be forced out of balance without consequence. But the beauty of this truth is that you hold the power to choose differently. You can shift today from living reactively to living consciously. You can choose to pause before swallowing a supplement and ask, does my body truly need this? You can choose to nourish yourself, not with extremes but with balance, through whole foods, sunlight, water, rest, and mindfulness. These are the eternal medicines given freely by life itself. This is more than a physical practice. It is a spiritual awakening. Every balanced choice is a prayer of gratitude to your body. Every act of moderation is a declaration of self-respect. Every time you listen to your body's signals instead of silencing them, you move closer to alignment with your true self. The journey of health is not about chasing perfection, but about cultivating awareness, respecting boundaries, and embracing the sacred harmony that already exists within you. Remember, the soul rejects what is false. The body rejects what is excessive. Your higher self always calls you back to balance. Anxiety, fatigue, dizziness, even disease. These are not punishments, but signals. They are guiding lights, showing you where realignment is needed. Instead of fearing them, honor them. Instead of ignoring them, learn from them. In doing so, you not only protect your brain and your body, but you also awaken your spirit. So let this be your takeaway. Wellness is not about taking more, but about respecting enough. It is not about pushing harder, but about listening deeper. It is not about control, but about harmony. When you live in this balance, you protect your brain, strengthen your body, and free your soul to rise into its highest potential. The choice is yours. Will you live in imbalance, risking chaos and disconnection? Or will you awaken today, embrace balance, and walk the path of true wellness? The time is now. The power is within you. Protect your brain, honor your spirit, and live in the harmony you were always meant to embody.